Venezuela's economy boomed when Chavez took power. The US did not like that. Maduro took office at the same time that Obama heavily increased sanctions on Venezuela. Sanctions severely restrict the country's oil, gold, mining, and banking sectors. Oil prices crippled, access lost, international investments, parts, and markets. Just like with Iran, the UN Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food identified sanctions as blocking access to food and medicine. Again, per the renounced Lancet, US EU sanctions cost 500,000 deaths a year every year since 1970. Despite this, per the UN, in 2025, Venezuela was the fastest growing economy in South America. It seemed things were finally starting to get better. There was a US bounty for Maduro's arrest since 2020 that started at 10 million USD, then went up to 25 million, and then up to 50 million. Maduro walked around unarmed in large crowds, such a big bounty, such a hated dictator, and poor population, and still no one took the bait, unheard of. He also recently handed out rifles and military training to ordinary citizens en masse, not something an unpopular dictator ever does either. At risk, those guns and training would turn on them. Let me repeat, a centralized power encouraged decentralized militias to form. Venezuela has a population of over 30 million, yet for some reason the 7 million Venezuelans who speak English and live abroad are the only voices we're told to listen to, not the people who live there. 64% of Venezuelans abroad do support US military intervention to remove Maduro, but only 34%, even as low as 22% of Venezuelans living in Venezuela support US intervention. 55% of those who migrated said intervention is the only way to restore democracy, but only a quarter of those living in Venezuela said the same. Seems like democracy has spoken. How do you claim to care for the will of the people while cheering for an unpopular, illegal foreign coup? Invading, bombing another country, and kidnapping their leader is a violation of international law. It doesn't matter what people think of Maduro. If you support further breaches of international law by the US empire, that strengthens their empire, undermines national sovereignty, and threatens the entire global order, then should other countries start doing the same, or is that for US only? Should China free us here in the EU? Our leaders have even lower approval ratings than Maduro, and public opinion here has zero effect on policymaking. I would love real citizen democracy like China has, but that's not how the world should work, should it? For anyone who thinks illegal American bombs and coups brings liberation into your country, I don't care what identity you are or that you try and weaponize. Why would I let stupidity override reality? You think the people who harm your people for your state are your liberators? You preach ahistorical, immaterial, anti-intellectual, and dangerous reactionary rhetoric that has been disproven again and again and again and again and again.